I'm Heather.
And I'm Joel.
And we chose Mayflower Construction Group for our kitchen. There were two reasons initially we didn't go with Mayflower. As compared to the contractor we decided to go with the first time, Mayflower's quote was a little higher. But now we know you get what you pay for, very much so. And their timeline, they couldn't start as soon as he could.
They were too busy and booked up.
And yeah, so it was going to be a significant wait. And at the time, with the information we had, the other team seemed like a better choice. We have so much invested, both of our time and our money. So it's like we're pretty confident, like if he can just get the job done, like we're going to be fine. But it became very obvious when the job stretched into several months beyond when it was supposed to, that something was terribly wrong here and that we were probably never gonna get a kitchen out of this. Although he kept promising, oh yes, it's coming. Just, a little longer. And then we started having issues where the contractor was specifically leaving out details. We didn't realize that until later. And we couldn't find that out until we had context later on.
The gap started growing and growing until the whole thing fell apart.
And he kept lying to us and saying that he had purchased cabinets for us, and then lo and behold, we don't have any cabinets. What's happening? And this happened several times before we finally reached a breaking point.
He was licensed and bonded. Like, there was not really many flags. Like, all the reviews were good. And this is things we did not know going into it at all.
Right.
Actually seeing whether permits were pulled. You can find that on the county website. It's all public when permits are pulled. You're ordering.
We never saw any
those.
invoice except from him.
And also just like the slow tapering down of work. Like the first week it was 5 days a week, and then it was 4, and then it was 3, and that slow decline in how often work is being done and what work is being done. That should have been a red flag. That's what ultimately probably did it.
Right. We had a conversation where he lied to us. He fessed up, and he lied again. That's when we decided, okay.
At that point we contacted Mayflower because at that point we're like, we've been lied to twice to our face,
right.
And we need to get a second opinion.
Right.
And that's where Mayflower came in and said, oh my God, there are all these other issues. The cabinets are one thing, but here are all these other permitting issues and code violations.
And for them, it was clear when they walked in. They told us in their initial email, hey, you have code violations. And we were astonished.
Yeah, so the breaking point was the blatant pattern of dishonesty. Not only remembered us from when we were there previously, but got rolling pretty much instantly. They had a foreman come out and do that initial inspection right away.
Yeah.
They got rolling the same week with the design plan and getting things started.
Yeah. And they did it with sensitivity.
They were very conscious that we had been without a kitchen for a period of months, and they were like, you guys need to get this finished now. We were living here the entire time, and they were very conscientious of that with our schedules. Heather's on an evening shift at the hospital. I mean, I was working right over in the next room over, and it was minimally intrusive.
And they also came up with some ideas as we were going through the process, hey, functionally, when we're trying to do your instructions, but had you thought about how that's not going to work out well? And they gave us more feedback to help improve the design even further. So they were kind of the polish on top. I think probably the island is my favorite part, especially with the table addition, which is, I think, a very uncommon thing. Not very many people have enough space to do something like this. It just makes the kitchen feel so massive.
I like the walk-in pantry is great because it gets everything. It keeps the kitchen kind of clutter-free, and all of the cabinetry, the shelf inserts and stuff are great.
Yes,
pull-outs and
all of the custom shelf inserts, that has been a game
They did a great job at that too, because all those they had to cut down to size and everything.
They're all custom, And when I tell people about the kitchen, that's the thing they get excited about.
They did a real great job of taking what we had and putting it into their whole system.
They did a really great job getting the quote to us really quickly. It was very detailed. Every single penny was accounted for, and that's what we ended up paying too.
We had a great experience, and we would work with them again.
Yes, you get what you pay for.